the Boston Celtics select Amari Williams. All right. I know, Daniel, you're big on this one. And so wasn't Seamus. Seamus said before, he said, too, he wanted Amari. I was big guy on Tyrese Proctor. I thought they should have either got him, but I like Amari, too. I really liked Amari in this situation with the Cavs. I think they selected Tyrese Proctor after us, but I'm big on Amari. Amari Williams, height 7 foot from Kentucky, age 23, so kind of a little older than Hugo, but still is a great player. And he's honestly a lot like Baylor Shireman, I feel like, just from age perspective, he's kind of like in the same shoes as Baylor Shireman. Baylor Shireman being 24, Amari Williams being obviously 23. These are, if I pull it up right here. Oh. All right, here are his stats. 10.9 points per game, shot 56.1% from field goal, 8.5 rebounds per game, and 3.2 assists per game. Wow. These stats right here are big, and I am a huge fan of his stats. And I wanted to put these in here because I look at these and wow, he's a player that could affect the game immediately. And obviously, as of right now, is a two-way player with the Celtics, and he's obviously going to get a lot of run in the summer league. But I think he's a guy, obviously, right now, the only Celtic players we have on the roster that can play the big man position is Neemias Queta and Xavier Tillman. So I think he's a guy who's instantly going to make an NBA appearance. I think he's going to spend a little bit in Maine, obviously, but I see him coming up for the Celtics pretty soon. Obviously, the Celtics now being under the second apron can go after Luke Cornett and Al Horford again. But this is a guy I could see, falling into the Celtics. You're big on Amari Williams too. What are your thoughts? And
Oh yeah, definitely.
let's hear the breakdown.
He's a walking 10 and 10 in my opinion, like a walking 10 and 10. In the SEC last season, he put up 12 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists in 24 minutes of playtime per game. I think that's big, especially because we've been looking for rebounding for such a long time. Porzingis was okay with it, but I wouldn't call Porzingis a rebounder. I would call him like a rim protector more. And he obviously offered us a lot of points, but we needed someone who could rebound the ball. We needed someone who could like get up there. I think
Yeah.
Luke Cornett would be like right now our best option on that front. Either Cornett or Horford when it comes to like actually rebounding the ball and stopping the other team from getting the ball, because we suffered a lot from that against the Knicks, as you could see in that series. Rebounding was a serious issue for us. One we couldn't get past, and we ended up losing that series. So I think getting someone who's good at rebounding um, is really big for us. I think Amari is really good. Also, he's a good playmaker. 4 assists a game is a lot for a big. He actually let's
Pretty
see,
big.
yeah, some news here about Amari Williams. He shattered Kentucky's single season assist record for a 7 footer with 80 assists. The last record was held by Sam Bowie with 66. So
Wow.
he Bowie had 66 and he had 80. You know what a big jump that is for like a 7 footer to end with 80 assists on a season? That's really big. I think for a season without a playmaker like Tatum, we're gonna need someone else who can share the rock and get those assists for us and get into that playmaking perspective. So I think Amari Williams is once again going to be an exciting pick. I hope he plays more minutes on the Celtics than on the G League or on the main Celtics. But either way, I'm going to be watching games of him and watching film, and I'm really excited about this one.
Well, we're gonna see a lot of him in Maine. You and I are gonna be at a lot of those games, definitely. Watching Amari Williams, as Seamus said, he could be a stash guy, kind of keep down there and bring him up, and could affect the game later at time. But I look at the age comparison as I bring this up: 23 compared to Hugo being 19. I think Hugo Gonzalez also reminds me of JD Davison. JD Davison being 19 when we drafted him, And, you see how he's developed in the G League. I feel like Hugo Gonzalez can be a player that could stay a little time in the G League and work his way up to being a good player. And I feel like for Amari Williams, this is a year where you need center depth. Keep him down there at first, build him, get him
Exactly.
ready, and bring him up.
Exactly. I also think in a way his age also plays along with his what is it called? With his knowledge and also with his experience, because the obviously the older you are, the more experience you have, and so I think for someone his age, 23, he's already played a lot, and I think he has a lot to offer for his age, on the Celtics court. So I'm going to be excited to see him. I hope Brad thinks more about like putting him as that like eighth man coming off the bench, or maybe even ninth for the Boston Celtics next season. And yeah, it's going to be fun to see him play behind Al Horford and Cornette and learn a lot from him. Before the draft, I was big on Kata getting more minutes, and developing more.
And I
Hopefully that still
still think
happens.
Kata
That's
will,
going
yeah,
to happen.
definitely.
Yeah. And I'm also big now on Amari Williams, developing and getting that knowledge from Al Horford and Cornette, and like just knowing how to be a big exactly from them. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Well, I forgot to mention this too. Obviously, you see the 46th pick. However, we had the 32nd pick. We traded the 32nd pick to Orlando for the 46th pick, the 57th pick, and two future second round picks. So I'm big on that move. I feel like, yeah, we could have got Ryan Cockbrenner right there, but I'm big on Amari Williams. I like that move.